Yeah, are you able to see my screen?
Yeah, we can see.
Yes.
Hi, Naman. Till yesterday, we have started loading metadata into PBCS application. Yes, today we will complete the loading of metadata, and also we'll try to load one record into the PBCS application. We will try to load it. Okay. Now, how sorry. Maybe I got corona. I'm getting throat infection. Okay. Okay. And we'll start now. Till yesterday, we have completed till here. Gross profit. Today, yesterday we have prepared the dimension file. This is the dimension file we have completed till now. Okay. Now I will create the OPEX. Control C. Just create. Just go to here. As you know.
You started recording, right? Sorry.
Yes, it's recording.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Okay. And also today we will build the dimensions using SmartView. And what is SmartView, I will explain later. And tomorrow we will discuss about how to load using planning format file and also using EPM Automate. EPM Automate, we can load metadata into the PBCS application. Tomorrow we will load dimensions using EPM Automate. Okay. Now today I will show you how to load metadata using SmartView. I think you know how to add dimensions manually, right? I think yesterday Vrunda or someone has loaded. Yeah, and Naman, I will show you how to load metadata using manually. Okay, I will create one more member. Yeah, this is called add child into particular. If you select one member, click here, we can add child under that member. For example, if you click here, we can add sibling to that member. This is like cut. And if you cut one member, paste will enable. Paste wherever you want, you can paste it. Okay. This pen button is called edit member. If you want to edit the member, we can click the pen. If you want to delete the member, you can click this button. And you want to use security, you can click here. This is some ancestors. If you want to see ancestors, just click here. This is usage, and this is the DB refresh. If you add any member in PBCS application, we need to do refresh database, or else it will not stored in the backend. First, I will show you one member how to add manually, and then using SmartView, we can load remaining members. Okay. And I am adding the sibling to this member. Okay, that member is OPEX. And majority of the dimension load, we will load using the SmartView or EPM Automate only. And I will show you tomorrow. This is OPEX application. And operating expenses. This is alias. Alias is nothing but description of the member. Alternate name for that particular member is called alias. Here is account type. Based on our member, we need to choose the account type. Operating expense is not a revenue, it's an expense type. We need to select expense. And once you select the expense in account type, by default, variance reporting is also an expense. Time balances, yesterday I explained, is flow. And this is average. And this is plan one. And I said in subsequent sessions I will explain these things and the consolidation properties. Okay, I will explain today. Okay, and okay, so the PPT will open. These are the member storage properties in Hyperion, sorry, PBCS. Yes, these are the dimensions. I mean, we never, I mean, just we don't use these things. And coming to here, member properties. Member properties are very important. Under member properties, we have consolidation properties and data storage properties. Where it will comes is these are the data storage properties. Data storage properties are store, dynamic cal can store, dynamic cal, never share, shared member, and label only. We have 6 data storage properties. We should select one data storage property. Based on that, if you want to store the data into PBCS application or not, it will decide. I will explain. Suppose if you load the data, how it will behave. Give me a few seconds. Okay. I have the parent is ABC. Under the parent, A is one member, B is member, C is one member. Okay, this is store property. And second one is dynamic cal. Third one is dynamic cal and store. How it will work? I have loaded 10, 20, 30. When you do aggregation by aggregation, then only it will some 30, right? 30, 60 comes to here. When you do aggregation, ABC is nothing but A plus B plus C. 62 comes to the here, and that 60 will stored in the Essbase database. Okay, and second one is dynamic cal, same data, 20, 30. When you calculate, when you do aggregation, it won't store any data. It won't store any data. It will store only hash machine. Hash machine is nothing but no data or nothing. Yeah, it is. When you retrieve the data from when you retrieve the data from SmartView or any other report, and it will dynamically calculate on fly. It will calculate and display here. On fly, it will calculate and display here. 60 will display when you are running the report or when you are retrieving data from the SmartView. 60 will come here. It won't store in Essbase database. In general, all dense dimension parents we will put as dynamic cal. Why we are putting as a dynamic cal? I will explain you in storage options section. Storage option means blocks and cells section. Why we are putting dense dimension members are the dynamic calc members. Okay, in general dynamic calc when we are using this, if you have any formula, we will use the dynamic calc member. Suppose I have one formula, ABC is equal to A plus B, A plus B divided by C. This is my formula. It's not A plus B plus C. I mean, by default, Essbase use like this. And I want to write, I have the requirement to write the formula is ABC is equal to A plus B divided by C. When you are retrieving data, it will calculate like A is equal to 10 plus 20 divided by 30. One, one will display when you are retrieving the data. On fly, it will calculate. If you doesn't have any formula, by default, it will sum up A plus B plus C. Or if you are changing any consolidation properties are here, based on that, it will calculate. Today's section, I will explain you consolidation, how it will work. Okay. Third one is dynamic calc and store. I think in past my 12 years of experience, I never used dynamic calc and store, because dynamic calc and store, how it will work is, it will calculate dynamically and the store in Space database. So it suppose why we are using store member, why we are using dynamic calc member. The advantage of dynamic calc member and the disadvantage of dynamic calc, I will explain now. If you if you are using store member, the data will be stored in the Space database. So that means we need to have some space. It will occupy some space. The main advantage of store member is when we are retrieving data, uh, store data will come fast. For example, store data is taking 0.2 milliseconds. Dynamic calc data will take 0.10 milliseconds, not seconds, 10 milliseconds. And dynamic calc data, uh, the dynamic calc data is the main disadvantage of dynamic calc data is it will impact the performance during the calculations and during the retrieval. Coming to store member, calculations and retrieval is fast. The main advantage of dynamic calc is we can see live data. When we are retrieving, it will calculate the data. It will calculate and display the data. The main disadvantage of storage data is we need to aggregate the data. Then only we will get the correct results. For example, if you modify A as 15, if you did not aggregate, it will show 60 only, not 65, because after aggregation only it will show the exact data. During the business rules section, I will explain you how to write aggregation script, how to write calculation script, how to write some copy data copies, all basic scripts I will explain you. And coming to here, for example, if you are changing 15, you don't have any formula here. When you are retrieving data, it will display 65. That is one advantage. Okay. And dynamic calc and store, what happened is it will calculate if we are doing anything, it will calculate in on fly. That is when you are retrieving the data and then store it to the Space database. So here the performance is slow and also it will occupy some space in the PBCS application. That is, so that's what I never use the dynamic calc and store. Basically, I will use store and dynamic calc. If you want to use, this is this has few advantages, but I never use it. Okay, these are the basic three storage types. And fourth one is, which is important one, is never share. How never share works is, I have the parent ABC. Under parents, I have only one child. This is 100 and parent is 100. The PBCS functionality is implied sharing. If one parent has one member, without aggregation, without anything, it will aggregate to the parent. That's the basic nature of PBCS. So to break that relationship, To break that relationship, we need to put child as never share. To break this relation, if we get a requirement, for example, if we get one requirement, I never see parent has 100. The below A won't aggregate to the parent. If you get this type of requirement, we will select the child as never share, or else there is no use. Next one is shared member. Shared member. I have the requirement. I have the base hierarchy, stored member hierarchy, A, B, C, some D. This is 10, 20, 30, 40. Total is 60, 100. Total is 100. I have the requirement. I want to add A plus D as another parent. I have one more parent, that is some XYZ parent is there. I have the requirement. I want to reporting purpose. I want to use some XYZ parent. Under XYZ parent, I want to add only B member and C member. So here we can't add like this. We can't ignore A and D. So at that time, we need to create one more parent, that is XYZ, and we need to put B as shared member and C as shared member. And this 20 plus 50, 30, 50 comes to the year. We will use this purpose. We will use the shared concept. If you want to use shared member, first we have to create that member as store member, or else we can't create the shared member. Shared member won't allow above the stored hierarchy. First occurrence should be stored occurrence, then only we can create shared member. That is a rule for shared member. Third one is sorry.
Quick question. Sorry. So if you have B and C under XYZ parent is
Yeah.
shared, are you creating B and C under ABC as a store, or is that shared as well? Or is it
XYZ? You mean XYZ? These two are whatever you want. You can use store, dynamic calc, or dynamic calc and store.
Okay.
Okay, dynamic calc and store. But whatever you want, you can create. But it won't allow as a shared member, because this member should be here. This member should be here. Then only we can create shared, and also parent level members we cannot create the shared members.
No, I understand. But are you the B and C under ABC?
Okay.
Are they set up as shared, or
No,
so
no.
are you?
These are stored members. You mean this?
Yeah. So
All are stored members only. It will allow, we can create shared member. Store occurrence is mandatory, or else we can't create shared member here.
okay. So question. So if these if they are GL codes, you cannot have the same GL code and have two different shared thing, right?
Yeah.
Store and shared, or
Sir,
are you having?
your voice is breaking.
Sorry. Okay. If B and C are, for example, expenses.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
You cannot have. Are you creating? If B is COGS, are you creating one B as COGS store and one B as COGS shared?
Yes, we can create in PBCS.
Okay.
But this is not related to. Any EPMs. ERP systems like RDBMs, like Oracle, EBS, or whatever. This is only for our requirement purpose. For our requirement purpose, we will create in PBCS application. This is called, in general, we'll call as, this is called alternate hierarchy. For reporting purpose, we will create some alternate hierarchy. This is main hierarchy members are coming from GL. Based on GL members only, we will create here. Coming to this is completely related to alternate purpose. For example, I mean, in general, we'll get some requirement. We'll get some requirement. This type of requirement, any project will create some alternate hierarchy. They will share some reports. I need that report. I need that report like this. So we'll create. We can't change the main hierarchy, right? Main hierarchy will never change it. Based on your GL or EBS system, we can create the main hierarchy. Some reporting purpose. If you want to do some modifications under these members, we will create this. In general, in real time, how it will happen is one more parent is there, PQR, some P member is there, Q member is there, R member is there. In general, I mean, I have multiple projects. I have what a few customers are asking. I need to aggregate 2 members from this parent, ABC parent, and 1 member from this parent, and one more thing is there. Some TTT is one there, and here is R, S, T is there. I want to add this member. The requirement, I want to add ABC parent from 2 members and 1 member from PQR and 1 member from TTT. How we can create the dimensions? It is not possible. We can. I mean, SBase won't allow. So PBCS won't allow to create a member in 2 times. They have XYZ parent. Under that, you want to create B, C, R, one more R. I mean, already R is there. Some this is put some L or something. L. Okay. SBase won't allow stored hierarchy again. So what we will do is we will create this parent has store or dynamic calc member, store or dynamic calc, and then create. We will choose members from here and then create shared occurrences here. Okay. I mean, instead of wasting time here, I will show you in real time only. Okay. Yeah, Kushbu or Vanda. Okay, I will show you.
Okay,
I want to.
thank you.
Yeah, I mean, its understanding is different. Like, okay, I want to add this member. I mean, under GP we have 2 members. Gross profit we have 2 members. I have requirement GP underscore 1 member as only revenue member I need. This is my requirement. How we can achieve it? We cannot do in main hierarchy. So we will do one thing here. Create a sibling. GP1 is a member. GP1 is a member. We'll put as GP alternate ALT something. Okay, remaining all are same. Click on save. Just refresh here. Okay, just refresh here. I want to add shared member, like for example here, child. If you put 4,000, 4,000 is already there, right? You see here, click on shared. The property will override with the base numbers properties choose. And it means if you click here, no need to select anything. Click on save. You can see here, it has created 4,000 as shared. Okay.
Thank you. I understand it now. Thank you.
Okay. I mean, we have only 2 to 3 members are there. Suppose if you have huge members, under, at that time, I will show you in the last section, I will show you my real-time project. Then at that time, you can understand why we are creating this thing. For example, I think you have some finance idea. Cash flow is there, right? Cash flow. Do you have any? In the cash flow, majority of the accounts are from income statement, balance sheet, right? Balance sheet accounts, right? Cash flow, we will create cash flow as a one of the member, and under that we will add the members as a shared occurrences of income statement, net income, and as well as the all balance sheet accounts, whatever required. That is the main purpose of the shared hierarchy.
Okay, I get it now. The example helped me.
That is the main advantage. Okay, now I am deleting this parent. And it's already 8. Okay, you understand these things, right? And also another one is label only. Label only is nothing but some label. It's a only display purpose. We will use label only. It won't do anything. It won't do any calculations or anything. Just label purpose we are using. Okay, these are the member storage properties in Hyperion PBCS. Okay, any questions in this? Okay, and one more important is, I think majority people doesn't know this, consolidation properties. How consolidation properties works in PBCS? I think everyone might know addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. From percentage onwards, how it will work, I think majority people doesn't know. I will explain you with examples how it will work. Okay, now I will explain it. I will take one example, ABC, and A I'll put as plus, B I will put as plus, C I will put as plus. I have used all consolidation properties are plus. How it will work is 20, 30. Do you have any idea how much it will comes to the parent? That is 60. Okay. Okay. For example, if I put B as consolidation property as minus, how much it will come? Sorry, this 30. How much it will come? 10 minus is equal to 10 minus 20 plus 30. 20 will come to the parent. This is everyone knows. For example, if I put star, do you have how much it will come here? Any idea? Space won't allow. No. Space won't allow all the members as star. It will has missing, no data. It won't allow.
It's not multiplication. Okay.
And multiplication won't allow. If you want to do any multiplications or division, first member should be plus or minus. Plus or minus. How it will calculate is 10 plus 20 into 30. Okay, it will calculate like this. For example, here B is some division and C is some division. It will put some division like 20 by 30 into some amount. Okay, sorry, this is wrong. I am wrong. What it will do is 10 control A, 10 plus 20 into 30. 10 plus 20 into 30. Okay. into 30. It will do like this. Is equal 6,000. Sorry, 10 plus. Okay, 900 comes to the parent if you are using this. If you are using divide by, it will comes like 1 or like this. Okay, these are the common things, and now we'll calculate the some percentage amount how it will works as, and I will put plus. This is also put plus. Plus B as plus C as some percentage. How it will work is, for example, this is 100, 200, and 300. How it will work is A is plus B is plus A plus B is equal to 100 plus 200 percentage 300. Okay, 100 plus 200 percentage. How it is working is equal to percentage won't work here, but like this percentage, and that means 200 by 300. So 100 plus 200 is 300 by, how it will come is 3 is equal to 300 by 300. Percentage means 300 and percentage 300 is like one will comes to the picture. Okay, percentage, how it will work is sum of these two percentage, this member, like 100 plus 200 and third by sorry, percentage by 300 is 1 comes to the picture. Okay, now I mean, these are the common things. The most important things are here. Here is ignore and never. How HBase treats the consolidation property as ignore and never. Okay, I will show you in one example. I have the parent is, I mean, A, B, C is, and this thing, and my parent is A, B, C, and I have January, February, and March, and third one is quarter one. I have the data 100, 200, and 300, and 200, some 300. Here is 300 and 400. Here is some 400 and 500. Yes, I will put this as plus, and I will put B as also plus. I will put this as some tilde. There is tilde. Okay. Tilde, what is ignore? Tilde is nothing but ignore. How it will work is, it will ignore to aggregate to the parent. Suppose, for example, if you put C as ignore, this amount doesn't want to aggregate to the parent. How it will work is, for example, here we are putting under ABC, A is plus and B is plus and C is ignore. So when we are aggregating, it will sum of all the members, but if you put ignore here, it will sum these two members. That means 300 comes to the parent. Here is 500 comes to the parent. Here is 700 comes to the parent. Coming to here, January is plus, February is plus, and March is plus. So sum of these three members come to the parent. You can see here. And here, if you see, this is 600 and 900, but 1200 it will ignore. So 1500 will come here. This is the use of ignore. Okay, understand? It will ignore it will ignore to aggregate to the parent. That is the main purpose of the this tilde ignore option. Okay, you understand? Pushpa or what?
Yeah.
Okay, and another one
Yeah.
is another one is cap. Cap means never aggregated to the parent. You can see here last one is never. Never means never. Symbol is cap. The main purpose of never is it won't allow to aggregate to cross dimensional. Any dimension it won't allow to aggregate to the parent. Here only that particular dimension is restricting to aggregate this member. Here it will restrict to aggregate to the this parent as well as this parent. How it will work is here it will work like 300 comes to the parent, 500 comes to the parent, 700 comes to the parent. Okay. Here as usual 600 comes to the parent, 900 comes to the parent. Here it won't allow to aggregate. So all our cap member, if you put cap member here, it won't allow to calculate. Here as machine comes to the parent. But in ignore, it will allow to calculate here. Okay. Okay. And here
Okay. Yes.
here is 1500. Same like 1500 comes to the pair. This is the main purpose of cap and ignore and never. Okay, this is the main concept, and we'll use parent member as a tilde member, and sometimes we have some requirement. I have the 10 children. Under 10 children, one children don't want to aggregate to the parent, will put that member as a tilde. Never never is very occasionally used. Based on complete requirement only we will use it. It won't allow to aggregate. Okay, this is we will use. We got some requirements. We have 10 to 15 children. I want to ignore 3 children under that parent. We'll put that member as a tilde. That is an option we are using it. Okay. Till here you are clear, right? In subsequent sections, when we are retrieving data, you will understand. Okay, now I will show you. In remaining members, we will load using SmartView. How to get SmartView? When you subscribe the PBCS license, you will get when you are login, you will get with your ID. Click here your ID. You can see download here. Here we have the options to download PBE. So EPM Automate. EPM Automate is nothing but it's one of the powerful tool. We can do majority work from here. EPM Automate. For example, I will tell you one real-time example. If 1 or 2 members of data, we can use using SmartView, or manually we can load the data. Every day thousands and lakhs of records are coming. We can't load manually. So at that time we will create one batch file, and we will call that file using EPM Automate and then load it into the PBCS application. For data loads, we are using the EPM Automate only. EPM Automate is the one of the supporting tool to load data, metadata, and snapshot backups. Everything we can do using EPM Automate. The main purpose of EPM Automate is automation of tasks. Okay. And second one is SmartView. SmartView, we can do wonders using SmartView. We can load the metadata. We can run the business rules. We can run the calculations. So we can load the data, we can retrieve the data, we can create a reports and then check the reports. We can open the forms and everything we can do using SmartView. And SmartView add-in, this is called planning extension, means adding. If you install the SmartView, under SmartView, if you want to add dimensions, we need to install planning extension or else it won't work. Okay, I have already installed the SmartView and loaded. When we download the software, just click on next. Automatically, it will load it into the. It will install, and I have already installed the SmartView. How to log in? I will show you. Once we install the SmartView, it will show SmartView. Click on panel. Click on panel. Panel is there. Click on shared connection, and it will ask username and password. Okay, it will display like this. Click on EPM Cloud. This is my server, backend server, and this is our application ABC PBCS we have created. Here you can see dimensions, and click on dimensions. This is account dimension. Just double click, it will display like this. Okay. Okay, and delete this. It's not remove only. Delete. I want to one member. This member, which one? I want to one member is OPEX member. OPEX, OPEX. Click here, and parent is net income. You can see here, parent is OPEX member, parent is net income, and this is dynamic cal. Control C, Control V, dynamic cal, and remaining all are same. Control C, Control V, and alias. This is alias. OPERATANG operating. Okay, just based on your requirement, just change the files here. You can do like this. Okay, you understand here? Just what I did is OPEX. The parent member is net income, and data storage is dynamic cal. Currency is same, and addition is same, but it's an expense account. Account type is expense. Variance reporting is expense. Time balance is flow, and alias is this. Just I have selected. The first time we need to select under this parent directly. We can load it. Just click on submit. It's loaded. It's loaded. It's already loaded. Go to PBCS application and just click here. OPEX come here. You understand? Instead of selecting everything, just one click, we will do it. Okay, now I will do two more members. Under OPEX, I have two members, 6,000 and 7,000. This is 6,000 and 7,000 as two members. Parent is OPEX. Okay, OPEX. Control D. And these are the OPEX. These are the stored members. I will select as stored member. Stored member. And remaining all are same as OPEX options. Control C, Control V, Control V, but the aliases are just click alias. Okay, just it's very easy. Just I am selecting alias, and also these members are stored members because these are level 0 members. The parent is OPEX. Just click on here. You can see submit. Just submit it. It's loaded. If you go here under OPEX, we can see these members. Understand? Or I'm a little bit fast. Kushbu and Vardhan and Samsha.
You got it.
Got it?
Yeah, I do.
Okay. This is, I mean, in general, you have, for example, in your requirement sheet, you have thousands of members. Just select all thousands of members here. For example, if you want to add so many members or something, click. For example, if you have these members, we can directly add it into the QBCS application. So one time we can add it. That's not a big thing. Select here and just copy paste here and okay. This is fine, right? This is fine for net income. Okay, we'll create some balance sheet parents. Balance sheet. Under net income, I will create as balance sheet. BSS as balance sheet. Balance sheet. Okay. Balance sheet is okay. Balance sheet account type. Can you please tell me? Balance sheet account type is in general asset or liability or equity. I will put as asset. Asset is non-expensive. Here is time balance is balance. Yesterday expense balance. Here you can see skip none, skip missing, and zeros, hash missing, and zeros. How it will work during the calculation. I will show you. I will use same example. January, February, March, and Q1. I will use none is one thing, and zero, and hash missing, and zero, and hash missing. These are the options. Okay, I am using time balance as balance. I am using time balance. Here is we have time balance properties. I am using balance. 99.9% we are using the balance. How it will treat as, for example, 10, 20, 30. The same. All members are same. How it will work as, okay, set 0. Here is also 0. Hash missing. Hash missing. Here is 0. Do you have any idea? I mean, that means it will skip how during the balance property how space skip property will work. Suppose, for example, here you can see here you select the time balance is balance, and you can see here skip property as none, hash missing. We call as is missing means hash missing, and zeros and missing and zeros. How it will work in PBCS application is, for example, here you are using January member as 10 and 20 as February member, and March is 30. If you are using none, this March value is carried to the parent. That is nothing but if you are selecting as a balance member, this YTD data will come to the MTD or YTD data come to the parent. If you skip zeros, this 0 will skip If anywhere 0 is there, it will skip. So that means Q1 20 February data comes to the picture. That is the one advantage or one disadvantage of skipping 0. Based on our requirement, we'll put skip 0. And third one is ash missing. If March is ash missing, it will skip ash missing. 20 comes to the picture. If you select 0 and ash missing, it will skip 0 and ash missing. Both it will skip. 10 comes to parent. Okay, understand? Any questions? No? Okay, fine. Okay, this is our how skip statements will work. In general, I will use none only. Here also I will use none only. Remaining all are same. This is a dynamic calc member, and exchange rates I will use ending. For income statement accounts, I will use average, and balance sheet accounts I will use ending. No rate I will use the some statistical account or unknown accounts I will use no rate. Remaining all are fine, and I will use the addition as a member. Save. Balance sheet is comes to here. Sorry, we should create balance sheet under this, not under GP. We will use some cut function and click here and paste here. Just click here. Okay. Again, it will, sorry, again, click here and paste here. Cut. Descendants of, okay, fine. Okay, now it is working properly. Under all accounts, one is net income and another one is balance sheet. Okay, remaining accounts we will load using the smart view. I mean, coming to here, manually loading is very difficult to load, so we will use smart view to load the remaining members. Okay, how it will load is, if anyone want to load, I will give control using smart view. Okay, just refresh the DB. DB completed. Just click on account again. We use the sheet content. Keep only, zoom in, all accounts, zoom in. Balance sheet comes to the picture. I want to load only balance sheet accounts. I will use BS as a this, and I want to add these members, dimension members, and 1000 as a my parent. Control C. 1000 as a asset parent, and I will put 1000 as here. 1000 parents is BS. Control C, BS, and this is dynamic calc, and all are almost same. Control C, Control V, and the alias is total assets. Click on total assets. Okay, this is one member, one parent member, and another one is over here. Here 1000 and this. Under total assets, I have current assets, fixed assets, and other asset total. Okay, I will add these members at a time. No need to do 2 times. Control C, Control V, Control X, Control X. Here you can Control X, and the parent of this is this. Control C. Click here, and these are the, you can see here, all are level 0 members. Level 0 members, we never use dynamic calc on level 0 members. We can use dynamic calc on parent members only. Level 0 member always should be in stored member. Stored member only. Click here. It won't work. Control C, Control V, select. Sorry. Undo is there. Okay. Unfortunately, I have put as some delete option, so I will delete and I will do it again. I think it's 8:30. Can we do it tomorrow?
Sure.
Okay. Tomorrow, what I will explain is, we will load all metadata members using SmartView. I mean, same like I will show you again. SmartView, how we will load it, and also using EPM Automate, how to prepare file planning. I mean, how to prepare dimension file, and then how to load using EPM Automate, and how to load using planning format. Okay. Okay. And we'll continue tomorrow session. I have another session now. Okay. Thanks for joining.
Really quick. So you're going to show also the data management, right?
Yes, using, I mean, data management. Yeah, data management. I will take one section in once you are familiar with the dimension load and data load manually, and using data management, how to connect to the source. And we don't have source, but I will show you how to connect the source, and I will give you some PPT, and and also how to load.
That text file is fine, so we can create like text file or
yeah. And second option is how to load metadata using FDME using text file, and how to load data using text file. I will show these three options. Under this, we have import format and all the stuff. It will take one session, one to two sessions. I will explain you, and that is also. And also, I will explain one report, how to create report, and also I will show you that one as well. Okay. And also, I will show you how to write some basic rules, aggregation rules, and all those stuff. I mean, my intention is you are familiar with creating dimensions. Remaining all are easy. For example, if you are not familiar with these dimensions or something, and remaining things you can't understand, how to looks, how data file looks, and all those stuff you should know, or else it's difficult. Tomorrow I will complete the dimension part and the data load part, and then we'll continue. Okay.
Okay. All right. Again, ask him about the environment access, okay, so that people can start doing this stuff.
Sure.
All right.